welcome to the works. Oh God, we're going to start all over again. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the regular session for November 8th, 2023. At 7 o'clock, I'd call this meeting to order. May I have roll call, please?
Mayor Orndorff?
Here.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Here.
Vice Mayor Suey?
Here.
Commissioner Romanek?
Here.
Thank you. This evening, I'd like to start a little bit differently, so just bear with us. Millville mourns the loss of a community leader and a soldier of faith. Yesterday, Reverend Garrett Kenyon went home to be with the Lord. Reverend Kenyon will be greatly missed within our community. He has touched so many lives over the years and was always sharing his love for Millville and the Lord. Reverend was a chaplain for the Millville Police Department and the biggest fan of the Millville Thunderbolts. I know he just recently attended the championship game this past week. Just to share a little bit of a story, Reverend Kenyon invited me to the Easter sunrise service 2 years ago when I first got into office and didn't know that was something that happened in Millville. And it was a beautiful service and an honor to be asked to be a part of that. And I want to just thank him for allowing me to be a part of that. And I look forward to attending that every year now. Just so the community knows, services will be held, the viewing on Friday, November 10th from 5:30 to 9 p.m., Saturday, November 11th from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The funeral will follow at 10 a.m. on Saturday. All services will be at Millville First Assembly at 1700 Wheaton Ave in Millville. At this time, I'd like just to take a moment of silence in memory of Reverend Garrett Kenyon, please. Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to ask Pastor Fosbender to come up for the invocation, followed by the salute of the flag, please.
Good evening. Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Gracious Father, we thank you for this evening, Lord. We thank you for our city, Lord. We thank you for our council people as they guide us. We ask you to give them wisdom tonight, Lord. We just ask you to be with our kids in this city, Lord, that you will watch over them, protect them, Lord, keep them safe. We think of Reverend Garrett, Lord, and all that he's done and how he's touched each and everyone's lives. Lord, we just ask you to be with his family and comfort them at this time. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
She did. We did roll call. We did. This meeting is being conducted in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act of 1975, was advertised, posted, and made available to the public as required by statute. The municipal clerk is directed to include a statement at the minutes of this meeting. Madam Clerk, are there any changes to this agenda?
Yes, Mayor. We had one item removed and 3 additions. So we removed ordinance on first reading number 8, repealing chapter 46. We added new business item number 2, authorizing the city clerk to advertise for requests for proposals for 2024 professional service contracts. We added resolution number 20, accepting the annual audit report for calendar year 2022, and also the addition of support for suitability of cannabis business with Agra LLC at Block 260, Lot 5.
Thank you. We have a presentation this evening.
Yes, presentation by Chief Feltis for recognition for a pre-hospital baby delivery. It's exciting.
Is the baby here? Darn.
I think this is the first time I used an exclamation point on the agenda.
Kids Club stand over here? No, hospital needed. No. Turn around, take the baby back home. So, my name is John Feltis. I'm EMS Chief for the City of Millville. And tonight we're going to recognize 4 people who, 2 of which delivered the baby and 2 who assisted with it. You think about when we have delivery on the way to the hospital, in the back of the ambulance, a lot going on there, and suddenly one patient turns into 2. So it's always good to have the extra help there. And as we're heading to the hospital, if the delivery looks imminent at that point, we have to pull over into a safe area, parking lot or whatever, off the road. We don't deliver babies in ambulances while it's moving because it's too unsafe for most of the baby and us, I guess, too. So then there was an assisting crew who came, which is usually what happens. It's to help out because we used one of the people from the other assisting crew to drive the ambulance once the delivery is done. And there's a process that the EMTs go through with both the mother and the baby. There's a rapid assessment to see if they need any more assistance or resuscitation or anything else needs to be done. And then we forward all the information to the hospital, and they have labor and delivery people ready at the emergency department to take over both and continue the care from there. So these 4 people here were the ones who did this work for us, and they did a good job. And for us, it's really nice to be able to deliver a baby in the field. If we deliver it at the house, this doesn't so much happen. But if it delivers to the hospital, it doesn't. But on the way in the ambulance, it does. So traditionally, when that happens, we recognize the people who were involved in that, and we give them a certificate. They get a stork pin, which is a stork delivering the baby. So in this case, it was a girl, so they're all pink. And then we also have a decal that goes on the side of the ambulance to show that a baby was delivered in that unit. So all traditional stuff is a good time for us. We see some horrific things every day, but bringing a life into the world is a really nice time for all of us and the parents. So that's where we are with this. So I'm going to give out the items to these people here, and we're just proud of all the work they do, and they do a fine job with everything. They work hard every day. The city is getting busier and busier, and so they don't really get too much of a break from day to day. So I'd also like to mention that the fire department personnel and the fire chief, Chief Lippincott, they're at a class tonight that's a mandatory class for them for recertification for a particular skill. They couldn't miss that, so none of them are able to be here right now. But they all send their appreciation forward for everything that all of you did. So first of all, Courtney Ayers and Jay Rodriguez were the 2 people that actually did the delivery. So in this we have the certificate, the stork pin. And by the way, there must be an awful lot of girl babies being born around because it took us a long time to get the stork pins. They had like 400 blue ones, but no pink ones. So. And they were assisted by Megan Oliver and Joe Greensmith. The stork pin's really small. They're able to wear it on a uniform. And this is what the sticker looks like for the truck, the stork sticker. And so as you know, we have to look at the regulations to know what's can be on our uniform, because EMS is very, very heavily regulated by the 840 law in New Jersey, to the point of what we have on our shirts, including our first initial, last name, not our name and our last name. It drills down that low to have that, so we have to get special approval to put these on, which we've done. And I mention that because every 2 years, you have to have your ambulances inspected and recertified, and your agency has to be recertified. And so this was our year for that, and we just got back our licensure today to operate for 2 more years. So it will be good till December 31st, 2025. So I'm proud of that, as well as proud of all of our staff. They do a great job, and I just couldn't say enough about them. If I stayed up here for the next 4 or 5 hours, still wouldn't be enough, but I'm proud of every one of them. So thank all of you.
First off, you know how I feel. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to everybody in the MT squad. This is the second time we did this. First time, if people were here, they'll remember that an EMT and a police officer was out in the bay on the Bonanza. and a man had a heart attack and went down. If they weren't there, that man wouldn't have survived. What you saw here tonight is an example of the good things that the EMTs and public safety does. What you don't see and what we don't talk about, can't sugarcoat it, are the nasty things that all three of our departments, police, fire, and EMTs, put up with on a regular basis. And all I can say, like normal, we talk a lot. I know what went on. Thank you.
Transfer the resolution.
Make a motion to authorize a transfer of funds for various 2023 budget appropriations.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second on the transfer of funds for the various 2023 budget appropriations. Are there any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Make a motion to pay the bills.
Second motion.
Who is that?
I have a motion, that was both of them at the same time, but
All
they,
right, I'm gonna go.
I have a motion and a second to pay the bills. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Make a motion to approve and dispense with the reading of the following minutes and to proceed with the regular order of business. August 15th, 2023 regular session, August 22nd, 2023 special session, August 22nd, 2023 zoning appeal hearing, September 5th, 2023 work session, October 3rd, 2023 work session, October 17th, 2023 work session.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second to approve and dispense of all minutes that were just read off.
Laura's been very busy.
Very busy, yes. Thank you. Any comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Okay, public comment on agenda items only. If anybody would like to address the commission on any of the current agenda items, please come to the podium, state your name, questions and concerns, and please limit those comments to 5 minutes.
Hello, and thank you for having us as, considering us for the cannabis program.
Can you just, excuse me, can you just announce your name
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
where
My
you're
name's
from? I'm
Akeem.
sorry, just for the record, so
Okay,
they can.
my name is Akeem Gayton from AGJRA LLC, and we, like I said, thank you for the consideration. We wanted to be, what's the word?
Relax. We don't bite.
Yeah, take your time.
Hi, I'm Sue, and just from the sounds of everything that we've seen today, sounds like a nice, tight community that we would like to be a part of. We appreciate the opportunity to join you all in the fast-growing industry of cannabis. My background is cannabis sales. I also have an extensive background in marketing, and I also have an extensive background in entertainment. We're here today to basically tell you all thank you for providing us with the opportunity to come and be a part of what you have going on here. Thank you, Joe, for the warm welcome, as you've done several times. Pretty much, thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Frank. We met those prior to being here today. Thank you, everybody, for allowing us again to be here. We pretty much don't have too much to say. We're kind of like shy and new to here, but I just want to let you know that we won't let you down. We're giving us the opportunity. We have a commitment to Joe as far as helping out with youth programs and creating jobs and opportunities for the community. Pretty much. That's it. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
It wasn't so bad, was it? We could ask you a lot of questions. No, you're good. No, I'm just kidding. It was a joke.
Good evening, Patricia Kears, 409 Peach Drive. I just want to give a shout out, actually, on resolution number 1 for the city going after the known-in co-pilot systems. I think that's a great way to bolster our first responders and going after grants, which is a good way to bring taxpayer money back and private foundation money into the city. I do have a question on resolution number 2. The performance guarantee release for Oatley. Does that have to do with what was owed on the sewer, or is that their expansion? Or neither?
I'll address that when I make the comments on that.
Okay. Joe said he's going to bring that up when he goes over everything
Okay.
during the
Okay.
resolution itself. Thank you.
Okay, and then my last question is on resolution item 18 for the I guess there are going to be warehouses out on Buckshootum Road. The developer is PD Millville Redeveloper.
Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong
That's
one.
okay.
It said 18. PD, the one on Buckshootum. Scrolling.
18.
Have they given any detail of what they're going to be putting out there, Brock, yet?
I think it's the same, the administrator can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the same group that was interested in the 118-acre parcel on the corner of Buckshootum and
It's
Dividing
Dividing
Creek,
Creek.
Perone. I think it's the same group. I think it's just a different entity that would be holding the title.
Not necessarily warehouses, though. Small warehouses.
Okay. Who is the owner or the author or the registered agent for this LLC? Because I can't find it listed with the Secretary of State and for New Jersey as a business entity. I did a Google search and I came back with Millville Police Department, and I'm sure it's not them. So I'm a little confused as to who these people actually are.
What, you mean the one that
PD
we're...
Millville
yeah,
Redeveloper.
Well, it's the Perone Group, and we've addressed them before because they were interested in the other parcel, but it's not unusual that they would form a different entity that would hold title to the property or would be making the application. I mean, that's quite common with these transactions.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Apologies, my legs are slow tonight. Hiking caught up with me. I have a question, actually. Greg Kears.
So we know who you are. But
Sorry.
Can you just state it?
Almost forgot. Greg Kears, Millville, New Jersey, 409 Peach Drive. I actually have a question. It's on resolution item 19. I was looking through the amendment, and it mentioned that there's going to be, part of it would be storage as part of, I guess, the distillery and brewery. Now, what bothers me with that is this same developer has another entity in Millville where there was improper storage that has led to, like, the DEP having to come into the city this year, other agencies having to get involved. So I guess my question is there, like, my family had, if it's a distillery or brewery, that's cool, that's whatever. But like, I remember when my family had the liquor store, Clark's Liquor Store, my grandfather would say, don't be a hero if there was a fire, because alcohol burns like that. So I guess my question was, are we doing anything in terms of inspections with that? Because this is a developer that's had an issue in the past, and that's why I'm curious. And it seems like we enter into a lot of these escrow agreements with these warehouses and stuff such before they come in. And it's always like, protect us if they don't stay or what have you. And I don't know, it seems like in this case, we have a developer that has done something. And is there like an extra layer of oversight within the city code for that? I'm not sure. I guess that's my question.
First of all, the reason we have escrow is so that whenever a developer comes to town, you can imagine there's a lot of work that must be done before anybody decides if the project is going forward. In our case, it's mainly legal, planning, engineering. The developer deposits that money so that it doesn't cost the citizens any money. It comes out of that escrow account. Second, with regard to this project, I don't know where you see it was a brewery. I don't know if it's a
I thought
brewery.
it said in this, hold on, it's on my phone, which is over there.
Let me get to
It
the other
said
part.
something
Let me get to the other
about,
part. So you mentioned the developer had problems at another site. Well,
Yeah.
we haven't-
The 1500 we
Doesn't
have.
matter where. The reason we know that the developer had problems is because we do inspections, because we have an inspection department, and that goes for any developer. And anytime you're involved in any industry, anything, a myriad of things can go wrong. And
Yeah.
that's why we have inspections, that's why we have corrective actions to be taken. It will be taken with this project, just as any other project. There will be no special considerations, and there will be no special inspections. It'll be treated exactly as any other one.
I was just wondering because, we're moving forward with a lot bigger buildings and we're looking at a lot of more developers, and developers always put themselves and shareholders first. And as a taxpayer, to me, it's a concern when the last time involved an evacuation zone having to be put into place. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Seeing nobody else, to close the public comment portion on the agenda items only, and no petitions and letters, correct?
That's correct.
Reports to commissioners, Commissioner Romanek.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Planning Board next meeting is Monday, November 13th at 6:30 PM right here. On October 26th, I was honored to attend the Holly City Development Center 25th year celebration. It's hard to believe that it was 25 years since they have formed and started, and all the good work that they provide here in our Holly City. November 4th was the Millville Army Airfield Museum 22nd Annual Veterans Day celebration. As always, that's great to see. The weather was absolutely perfect. And it's astonishing to always hear and be reminded of the atrocities of war and what we know about happening now in the world, that it's a very real possibility, but you never want to see it happen. And to hear and see somebody that was 102 years old relive his stories there in person, it was truly remarkable. So Veterans Day obviously is upcoming on this Saturday, so happy Veterans Day on that. The passing of Garrett Kenyon deeply saddened me. He's a very welcoming man through my whole time here as commissioner. Him inviting me to his church when Ukraine started the Russia invasion of Ukraine, and we had a prayer there, and it was very heartwarming to see that the community came together for that. So he'll be deeply missed. Other than that, Mayor, I think I remembered everything.
Thank you. Commissioner Hewitt.
Yes, thank you. First, I would like to make a motion to receive and file the EMS and Fire Department reports for the month of September of 2023.
Second motion.
I have a motion and second to receive and file the EMS fire reports for the month of September. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Okay, as far as comments and thoughts go, first off, Reverend Kenyon. I knew the man a little bit before I got here, but I've got to know him a whole lot more, and he is definitely going to be missed. Rest easy, sir. We've had some busy times since the last meeting in public safety. We'll start off with the firehouse. Truck 34 went down. That's our first out truck. Took some steady work at the end of the week last week, found out what was wrong, and moved some money around within the department. The part was ordered Friday afternoon. It's here. The truck should be back on the road probably the end of this week. For that, I need to thank Susan down in Revenue and Finance, Chief Lippincott for sure, and Randy and his guys out to 15th Street at the mechanic shop. The court, as you all know, the court is an ongoing process. We are getting close to getting the word to have our court back. We have rebuilt the court totally, minus one person. We need one more clerk. We have a new judge. We have a new administrator. They're actually holding court in Vineland now. Instead of Vineland holding court, we're holding our own there. With that said, I got to give a big shout out again to Sam Cruz and her team for the work they've done up there, and completely, just from top to bottom, floors, ceilings, and walls, and getting that place cleaned up. The only thing we're waiting on to have the court completely ready is new office furniture, which we're hoping is going to be here at the beginning of next week. The rescue squad, that building was pretty much a pole barn, and had residential doors in it which do not hold up to a lot of traffic. Again, Sam and her crew, we've managed to get the money together to replace 3 doors with commercial doors. You got to realize our EMTs are in there 24 hours a day. Everybody knows where the rescue squad's at. So that's being secured much better than what it was. Last but not least, walked into the firehouse the other day and it was cold. All the doors were closed, no heat. Chief called Sam. They had just been there to service the heater that day, an outside contractor. Chief called Sam, emails back and forth. I'm always copied on them. That night they were back. The heat was up and running. And again, the shift lives there for 24 hours. It was cold in that building. So again, kudos to Sam and her people. And that's it. Veterans Day on Saturday. To all the veterans out there, it's your day. Thank you for what you did. And that's it, Mayor.
Thank you. Vice Mayor.
Sure. First, I want to address the Riverside and Columbia Avenue milling and paving. That was supposed to start today at 7 p.m. However, that work was rescheduled by the contractor for Monday, November 13th, commencing at 7 p.m. So I'm sure we'll renotice the residents of that area. Second, I want to touch on the water main upgrades. So New Jersey regulations require every water utility in the state to implement lead service line replacements and comply with the legislation. So step one of the compliance was to complete an inventory of lead service lines in the utility and submit it to DEP, which was completed. We identified some of this as repetitive with 330 known locations, and that includes lead connectors, lead pigtails, lead fittings, and galvanized service lines. So next we notified the residents to have the lead service lines, completed a mailing to those folks, and that included contact information for questions and detailed health information and steps to reduce exposure to the lead in the water. Now, step 3, the city's currently undertaking the South Millville water main replacement project as part of this. So, in that, next up is Woodland Avenue, and plans and specifications are prepared for a bid early in 2024, and we're going to replace 3,420 feet of undersized 6-inch translate. For those who don't know, that's pipe made from asbestos and cement. No harm in it. The asbestos doesn't come out, but we're still replacing it. And mixed water main and 58 water services. Water utility has requested that Woodland Avenue be bid as one contract. Engineer is working on the quantities and drawings, and they completed the estimate package and is currently under review prior to moving forward with the advertisement and bidding process. And next for that is the water meter upgrades that we talked about. We had a $5 million bond for many of those water meters. So we're scheduling a meeting to finalize the bid specification package to the AMI census metering systems, and we're reviewing the bond ordinance revisions for commercial meters to ensure compatibility with our new AMI census metering system. So what that will allow us to do is read the meters without sending a meter reader out all the time to save us money in the long run. And additionally, we have, believe it or not, numbers in the hundreds of meters that are inoperable. So those folks are getting a minimum bill every month, regardless of their water usage. So that will change when the meters get replaced. They'll be billing for what their actual use is. And with that, I'll address the rest of the stuff in my closing comments. Thank you.
I guess we're not doing a discussion on that because we're over the work session.
What's that?
This one, the discussion.
Do you wanna-
Since we already went,
Well, yeah, and
do you want to do that?
we discussed it in the work session, the discussion of the 2022 audit. If you want to come up and tell us anything they found wrong, they didn't find anything wrong. So if you want to, anybody wants a copy of that, we'll make it available. I have a copy here if anybody wants to see it. So that's the good news. It's full of a bunch of numbers that it'll take an hour conversation with Susan if you want to know what all those numbers mean, unless you have a CPM. So, CPA, I mean. So, anybody has any additional questions, just contact us, and we'll get you the answers to those questions. Unless
I
any
just
of you
wanted to
guys want to discuss any of it.
No, I just wanted to make sure that whether
Yeah,
you.
I appreciate it. Thank
She's
you.
sitting out there. I don't know if he wants to. Perfect. All right, thank you. I'll just start off by kind of bouncing off of Commissioner Hewitt. It's always a good thing to thank your departments for all the work that they do. The Parks Department is constantly going all year round, working on city buildings, our properties, and then working on, actual properties out throughout the city. And just to know that they are appreciated and, not just by the commission, but by the city itself and their employees for all their hard work and everything that they do. Excuse me. So just some Halloween was just last week. It's crazy. So we had our annual Halloween decorating contest, and the winners are as follows. I believe Sam posted this on Facebook as well. But first place is 115 East Pine Street. Second place is 106 Whittle Avenue. Third place is 22 Emily Drive. Director's choice is 809 North 10th Street. The best business was Colonial Flowers and Gifts. Congratulations to all winners, and thank you to everyone who participated. We had a lot of great decorations, and they went down so fast because Christmas decorations are already up. The last weekend was the best weekend to decorate for Christmas.
Yeah, Mayor, I must say that first place winner was definitely a first place winner. That house was fantastic.
Yeah.
That's Pine Street address.
Yeah,
They all were
people go
excellent.
all
That was
out on
great.
all their
Yes.
decorations, so kudos to them. Our annual pumpkin extravaganza was held on Saturday, October 28th. We had over 200 kids come through along with their families. It was a beautiful day filled with tons of Halloween fun. We would like to thank the Holly City Development Corporation for partnering with us to make this event a huge success. Upcoming events. I told my kids they have to write their Santa Claus letters because Santa Claus needs to know what they want for Christmas. So if you're looking to send a Santa Claus letter but don't know how to send it or where to send it, we've got you covered. Write your letter to Santa and drop it into the special mailbox located in the police department's vestibule. It leads straight to the North Pole. Please make sure that the return address on the letter is clear and easy to read. There's no postage necessary. Santa will be personally sending letters back to the home. Well, I'm going to make sure I send my Santa letter because there's a few things I want. The annual Christmas parade will be held on its usual day and time, which is Black Friday, November 24th at 7 p.m., located on High Street between Harrison and Main Street. There's still time to sign up for this year's Candyland Christmas Parade. I'm really excited to see everybody's theme this year. There's a lot of different characters and themes for Candyland, so I'm excited to see how big and spectacular the parade is. I do believe we have Millville Marching Band is performing. I think Vineland is also, and we are trying to get Britchin. So we're going to have tons of music throughout the parade. So very exciting. If you would like to enter your home or business in this year's holiday lighting contest, please email samantha.cruz@millvillenj.gov with your address. This year, the winner will receive a gift card. You must register by December 15th at noon, and the winners will be announced on December 20th. Good luck to all those who enter. Sign up for Swim with Santa will take place on December 1st. Please call the Recreation Department for details to sign up. If anybody has any questions or concerns for these events or wants to be a part of them, please contact the Recreation Department. And as always, everything is listed on the website as well, so please go check that out. And Sam does a great job of keeping things updated on the Recreation page that she has for Facebook. As of right now, I think that is all I have for this evening. Moving on to ordinances on the second reading, please.
Okay, we have one, which is an ordinance amending Millville Code, Chapter 30, Land Use and Development Regulations, Article 11, Zoning Districts and Map, Section 117.7, Mobile Home District, to add new subsection B14.
Make a motion on ordinance in the second reading.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second on ordinance on the second reading, item number 1. There is a public hearing for this. If anybody has questions or concerns about this item, please come to the podium and state those. Seeing nobody, I'll close the public hearing. Any comments or concerns of commissioners? A roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Ordinances under their first reading.
All right, item 1 is an ordinance authorizing amendment to Motor Vehicle and Traffic Regulations Municipal Code, Article 10, Schedule 21, to remove parking reserved for handicapped persons at 701 East Mulberry.
Make motion.
Second motion.
A motion and a second on ordinance item number 1. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 2 is an ordinance authorizing amendment to Motor Vehicle and Traffic Regulations Municipal Code, Article 10, Schedule 21, to add parking reserved for handicapped persons at North 7th Street. That's all I have.
Make motion.
Second motion.
Motion and second on ordinance item number 2. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. The third item is an ordinance authorizing the private sale of 4 undersized and unimproved lots, lots number 3487, 3488, 3489, and 3490 in Block 179, owned by the city, to Brian Burt and Rosa Burt, who are the owners of contiguous lots, numbers 3512, 3513, 3514, 3515, and 3516 in Block 179.
Make a motion on ordinance in the first reading, item number 3.
Second motion.
A motion and second on ordinance item number 3. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 4 is an ordinance amending Millville City Code, Chapter 5, Alcoholic Beverage Control, Article 2, Licenses, Section 5-5, Licenses and Fees.
Move the ordinance.
Second motion.
A motion and second on ordinance item number 4. Any questions, concerns? Sorry.
Yes, this is just to get the city in the modern times of collecting fees and payments from these these alcohol beverage control and these licensing and fees. Basically, Vineland and Bridgeton are all doing this faster and better than us, and we are just getting up to the current time with increasing our licenses and fees to be on par and with everybody else. That is all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 5 is an ordinance authorizing the private sale of certain undersized lots, lots 2 and 5 in Block 360, to the 2 existing contiguous landowners pursuant to NJSA 40A:12-13B5.
Move the ordinance.
Second motion.
Motion and second on ordinance item number 5. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 6 is an ordinance authorizing amending Millville City Code, Chapter 2, Administration, Article 8, Article 13, public access to government records, Section 2-50.4, procedures and fees for purchasing copies of government records, increasing the price of certified copies of birth and marriage certificates from $15 to $20.
Move the ordinance on first reading.
Second motion.
Motion second on ordinance item number 6. Any comments?
Basically,
Sorry.
oh, go ahead.
No, I was
You
gonna
were
say
saying
roll, no, I was gonna say roll
Okay.
call, but you
So
were.
basically, it's the same thing, just getting our fee structure up to date and consistent with everyone else.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 7 is an ordinance amending Millville City Code, Chapter 17, Article 13, Bureau of Emergency Medical Services to add new sections 17 through 99, reimbursement for standby services.
Make motion.
Second motion.
Motion second on ordinance item number 7. Any questions, concerns?
Yes, as I stated in the work session, this is basic housekeeping due to the way the state of New Jersey classifies emergency medical services.
Okay, thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Resolutions, please.
Item 1 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a grant application and grant agreement for grant funding from the Wawa Foundation in the amount of $13,503.30 to fund the purchase of 2 Nonin co-pilot systems. Did I say that right?
Make motion.
Second motion.
Motion second on resolution item number 1. Any comments?
Yes, in layman's terms, I know the chief's sitting here, but these are carbon monoxide detectors in case of a fire or smoke inhalation or anything like that. Much better to monitor the patient with or even a first responder. And this is a grant that's being sought internally through the rescue squad.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 2 is a resolution approving request for performance guarantee release for 719 Orange Street LLC for the project known as Oatley as submitted by the city engineer in compliance with NJSA 40:55D-53 municipal land use law.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
Motion and second on resolution item number 2. Any comments?
Yes. So when we talk about a performance guarantee release during the construction phase of a project, the contractor, owner, developer has certain parameters they have to meet and pass inspections with engineering. And you can imagine construction, et cetera. This is not connection fees. Connection fees are separate. So once they comply with that, then we release whatever, bond is left over or not used, we release the bond back to them, and then that is available to them. That's the purpose of this. That's all I got.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 3 is a resolution rescinding letter of support for the suitability of cannabis facility granted to Pot of Gold LLC.
Move the resolution on item number 3.
Second motion.
Motion second on resolution item number 3. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 4 is a resolution authorizing the insertion of an additional item of revenue in the calendar year 2023 budget, which is now available from the New Jersey Urban Enterprise Zone Millville UEZ Administrative Budget, fiscal year 24, in the amount of $200,000.
Move the resolution.
Second resolution.
Motion and second on resolution item number 4. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 5 is a resolution authorizing to extend the contract with Scalpo Electric Incorporated of Vineland, New Jersey to furnish the city of Millville with electrical repair, maintenance, and service from August 3rd, 2023 to August 2nd, 2024, with all pricing to remain the same in the amount not to exceed $50,000.
Move the resolution as certification of funds in the amount of $8,334.34, signed by the CFO, Marcellus Shepard.
Second motion.
Motion and second on resolution item number 5. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 6 is a resolution authorizing a non-fair and open contract with LawSoft Incorporated for annual support for LawSoft CAD RMS for 2023 and support of NIBRS interface according to FBI and NJSP repository standard services for the police department at a cost of $20,225 for 2023.
Make motion. And with that, I have certification of funds in the amount of $20,225, signed by our Chief Financial Officer, Marcella Shepherd.
Second motion.
Motion and second on resolution item number 6. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 7 is a resolution authorizing a non-fair and open contract with Core and Main in the amount of $49,597 for water and sewer department supplies.
Move the resolution, and I have certification of funds in the amount of $49,597, signed by the CFO, Marcella Shepherd.
Second motion.
I have motion and second on resolution item number 7. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 8 is a resolution authorizing a lease agreement between the City of Millville and the Riverfront Renaissance Center for the Arts Incorporated, 22 North High Street, for a 5-year term effective January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2028, in the amount of $5,000 per year to be paid in monthly installments.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second on resolution item number 8. Any comments?
Yes, I'm glad to see that the Millville Renaissance Center for the Arts is staying on High Street. I want to thank Diane Rogers for the great job that she does there. A lot of events there, brings a lot of people downtown. It's a really good thing.
I want to just give a shout out to Diane and everybody that's at the RRCA. Diane, you do so much for the youth, and you're at every event, and you're always making arts and crafts, and I really appreciate that. And just, personally, encouraging, I'll just say my daughter, but the youth to get involved with the art and do what they love. It really just means a lot to the community, as I know there's a lot of kids that just love doing that. And knowing what you do on Saturday mornings, I wish we could push that a little bit more and get more kids out there to just experience and be able to develop their art skills and what they love to do. So I thank you for everything that you do and the time that you take, and every time that we come in that you take the time to address us and meet us and talk with us, and you're so personal with everybody, and I really do appreciate everything that everybody does over there. So look forward to continuing this for another 5 years with you guys. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 9 is a resolution approving change order number 1 to our Briscoe Enterprises Incorporated in the amount of $1,800 with a new total contract amount of $23,800 for additional work needed during the demolition of a structure at 12 South 9th Street.
Move the resolution, and I have certification of funds in the amount of $1,800, signed by the CFO, Marcella Shepherd.
Second motion.
Motion is second on resolution number 9. Any questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 10 is a resolution designating authorized signers for municipal court bank accounts.
Make a motion.
Second motion.
Motion is second on resolution number 10. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 11 is a resolution authorizing the award of a purchase order for the replacement of the City Hall firewall from Revell LLC in an amount not to exceed $24,905.91.
Move the resolution, and I have a certification of funds in the amount of $24,905.91, signed by the CFO, Marcella Shepherd.
Second motion.
Motion is second on resolution number 11. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 12 is a resolution authorizing the cancellation of various receivable balances and corresponding reserve for receivable balances that exist on the current water and sewer funds and dog funds that are deemed uncollectible.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
I have motion second on resolution item number 12. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 13 is a resolution approving change order number 1 to Auerbach Paving Company Incorporated for Wade Boulevard Road reconstruction for an additional amount of $34,220.18 with a new total contract amount of $1,054,020.18, excuse me.
Move the resolution on certification of funds in the amount of $34,220.18, signed by the CFO, Marcella Shepherd.
Second motion.
I have motion second on resolution item number 13. Any comments?
Yes, for the benefit of the public that wasn't here during the work session. So when they began paving Wade Boulevard, there was a certain section where they found there was inadequate existing blacktop. So you need a certain amount due to the truck traffic. We had to add additional paving into the contract to cover that. Why it wasn't there, nobody knows. It's been there for a long time, so couldn't do anything but fix it. That's it.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 14 is a resolution authorizing adjustments in the tax and utility records.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
Motion second on resolution item number 14. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 15 is a resolution adopting the New Jersey Urban Enterprise Zone Loan Program Policy and Procedure Manual for businesses in the UEZ zone.
Make a motion on resolution item number 15.
Second motion.
Motion second on item number 15, resolution item number 15. Any comments? Just, I know our business administrator went over this, our resolution 15, 16, and 17 about the the UEZ revolving loan fund. So I just want to thank him for explaining that, but also for the work that himself, I know Commissioner Romanek, myself, Stewie, and Heather Santoro have worked on to make sure we're getting this loan program set in place, and all the work will be done through the Cumberland County Empowerment Zone. Like Mr. Campari said, that they're already doing Vinelands and Bridgeton, so they're aware of the program, and looking forward to being able to, have these loans out there for other businesses and improvements. Oh, roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, we have a resolution authorizing an application to the New Jersey Urban Enterprise Zone Authority for first-generation enterprise zone assistance funds in the amount of $1 million to establish a UEZ revolving loan fund.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
Motion is second on resolution number 16. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 17 is a resolution authorizing an interagency agreement between the City of Millville Urban Enterprise Zone Program and Cumberland Empowerment Zone Corporation.
Move a resolution on item number 17.
Second motion.
I motion second on resolution number 17. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 18 is a resolution designating PD Millville Redeveloper LLC as redeveloper and authorizing the execution of an escrow agreement in connection with the redevelopment of property identified as a portion of Block 124, Lot 16.06 within the citywide rehabilitation area.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
Motion second on resolution number 18. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 19 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a First Amendment to the redevelopment agreement for property identified as Block 419, Lot 7, known as 2 North High Street, and Block 419, Lots 8.01, and known as 26 Main Street, 8.01 and 9, known as 26 Main Street, with Millville Works 1 LLC.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
A motion second on resolution number 19. Any comments?
Yes, Mr. Kears, you were correct. It does say brewery in there. That is probably not going to happen at this point from subsequent discussions. Your concerns about storage, anytime there's a restaurant and a bar, you have all kind of inspections, health inspections, et cetera. So I hope to allay those fears.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 20 is a resolution accepting the annual audit report for calendar year 2022 and filing of group affidavit.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
Motion second on resolution number item 20. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 21 is a resolution of support for suitability of cannabis business with AJRA, I'm sorry if that's wrong, AJJRA LLC at Block 260, Lot 5, 1300 Wheaton Avenue.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
Motion second on resolution item number 21. Any comments?
Yes, I met with Soup several times, 3 or 4, I believe, since this process started, and he's made commitments to the youth in the city, and I believe he is going to uphold those commitments. If you Google him, you'll see that he's reputable. He has a license. It's a chance for us to collect revenue, certainly. Chance for a developer to make some money. Chance for those guys to have a successful business. So it should work out well all the way around.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
We had no consent agenda items tonight?
So there was a lot of, it would have been like a much shorter one, so we just
Okay.
threw 'em-
I
it
was
was
just
kinda
looking
chaotic
through. I was like,
putting this
wait,
together.
did I miss that? Okay.
Very large
New
agenda.
business. Thank you.
Okay. So item 1, I just need a motion to authorize the following special event on public lands application, subject to approval from the appropriate city officials. The Jolly Holly 5K race and 1 mile run, sponsored by Our Future First on November 24th, 2023, from 5 to 7 p.m. on High Street.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
Motion and a second on new business item number 1. Any comments? Benny, you running that?
I will not be here, actually. So darn, next year maybe.
I know. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. And I just need a motion to authorize the city clerk to advertise for requests for proposals for the City of Millville's 2024 Annual Professional Services.
Move the resolution.
Second motion.
Motion second on new business item number 2. Any comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hewitt?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sui?
Yes.
Commissioner Romanek?
Yes.
Mayor Orndorff?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Public comment portion. If anybody would like to address the commission, please come to the podium, state your name, your address, your concerns, and please limit those comments to 5 minutes.
Hi, Cindy Cook, Val Lane. I hadn't planned on speaking today, but after speaking with Commissioner Hewitt, I decided I would go ahead. I want to do a shout out to the Millville Police Department. First of all, they reached out to these gentlemen that were homeless months and months ago, and they gave them my phone number. And I've been supplying these gentlemen with food and different services. But because of medical issues, they were homeless and living in their car, but yet they had no money to go places to get assistance because they were using up all the fuel in their car to keep warm at night. And in the summertime, to have the air conditioner running at the night in the car. Well, the Millville Police Department, these guys are eternally grateful. They not only worked with them, but they actually, literally almost, took them by the hand. They went ahead and went online and got, because that's the only way to get on the housing list now is online. They got these guys online, they worked with the housing department, and because of their efforts, these 2 homeless gentlemen, their brothers, are no longer homeless. It's like we say, we might not make a difference in every life, but if we save one or two at a time, and this time we got these two guys, and the Millville police are mainly responsible. They got them into an apartment before the cold winter set in. So I would like to say thank you.
Thank you, Cindy.
Good evening, Commissioners, Rock, Jeannie. My name's Anthony DeSantis, and I'd like to bring you up to date with a couple of things. First of all, I'd like to say thank you very much for welcoming Soup and his team into Millville. I must say, the Commissioners and Brock, you've done your due diligence on them, and I'm happy that you did, because I've done our homework. When I say our, I mean my team behind me. We've done our homework. And we believe that Soup will be a very important part of this city. Not only is he here for the money, but Soup is a person who gives back to society. We know him from other investments and other work that they've done. When we called him, he was at a studio where he's helping young artists to prevail over in Atlanta. He does the same in New York, Los Angeles, and I'm sure there's other locations that I'm not aware of. But I am looking forward to some of the commitments and promises that he made to me on behalf of the city, which you're not even aware of yet. But it's this type of support from you, from all of you, from the citizens, the positive feedback that we get, that we're going to be able to bring companies like this that do their tax revenue is going to add income and revenue to our tax bases, and whereby keep the property taxes and a better, keep our cost of living lower in Millville and help us excel. And that's what we're looking for. So for that, on behalf of Soup and his team, I would like to say thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I know he does very much. And we're looking forward, I'm at least looking forward, and I know you are also, to a lot of the goodness he's to bring to this area, because I believe he's going to be more than a business, but he's going to be part of society, which is what, one of my main goals. Secondly is, I'd like to discuss another project that we have, which is 10 Buck Street. 10 Buck Street is going to be, Simone is a member of that group. His father has returned to Italy to prepare shipments for containers set to arrive in January, hopefully, if everything goes well, to the United States. And the goal is, and what I've done, basically, I'll tell you what I've done. We've invested in this operation, not as an owner, not as a person who wants to work, but as an infusion of cash in order for them to bring sort of a subsidy, if you don't mind, in order to give back to the city of Millville. What we want to do is we want to bring in quality food at an affordable price. We're not looking to bring brick oven pizzas at $22 a pie. I've had conversations with him. They have to be at least half that. Some of the other items on the menu are going to be some homemade pasta, homemade gelatos, outdoor dining, al fresco. So I feel that if everything goes the way we plan on it going, it's going to bring some light and some shine to this downtown area. And it's also going to be a nice place to bring a business clientele. So there are other projects that we're working on. I'm not going to discuss them tonight, but there are a couple other ones in the work, and there's one new one that I have on my agenda that I have my eyes on that are directly for the people of Millville, not for my pocket, but for the citizens of Millville. I know the restaurant is not something that I do that where We're gonna make money on it. The rent from the cannabis, of course, will be, but, you know, some of the other stuff you're gonna see that we're doing is gonna be without our business, without our line of core business, and that's gonna be basically for you guys, you know, for us to get back and to bring new businesses in. And we'll discuss that further as we go along. So, and one last comment before I leave the podium. You know, it's very easy to sit back and throw darts. If I were home all day with nothing to do, I wouldn't blast the citizens of the city of Millville who are trying to bring the city for a step forward. I would be part of the solution. I wouldn't enrage the problem. Enraging the problem doesn't help anyone, and it just makes a bad situation worse. Especially when there's people behind it with good heart and good intentions. And there's a lot of us out there, because I have a team of people behind me, both local and in New York and overseas, that are helping with this project in this city. And hopefully, very soon, it's all gonna come to light. And we will, little by little. And in conclusion, again, thank you. I don't believe I left anything out. But if anybody has any questions, or if I can help anyone with anything, or I'm here. I'm not running away, I'm not hiding out. You know, I am approachable. So please be part of the solution instead of the problem here. You know,
Anthony, thank you for the updates. We appreciate it.
have a beautiful evening,
Thank you.
and good night.
Okay, seeing nobody else, will close the public comment portion of this evening's meeting and go to closing comments of commissioners. Commissioner Romanek?
Yes, Mayor, I would like to thank everybody that did get out and vote, whether you voted by mail, voted or in person, or take advantage of the early person voting. Voting is a right for our democracy here in the United States of America. And sometimes people do not exercise their rights often enough. So I do appreciate those that did go out and vote Tuesday. Other than that, that is all. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioner Hewitt?
Thank you. Sandy, thank you. I know you reached out to me that day, that night. Chief was well aware of it, and we do a lot of things that don't get recognized. Some can't be recognized throughout all of public safety. But I know you worked on that a long time, and a bunch of you did, so thank you for that. Everybody, thank you for coming, and that's all, Mayor.
Thank you. Vice Mayor?
Sure, I want to talk about the economic development a little bit. So, you know, we have Mr. DeSantis as one developer in town. We have another developer buying property at the airport. There are several projects in the works. What we evaluate is jobs per acre, because we're looking for employment for Millville, and we evaluate the tax revenue. The two things that we desperately need in Millville to make everything else work. And that's why this economic development, this selling of land, development for warehousing for some, cannabis for others, there's other stuff coming in that you guys will see probably early next year, perhaps at the end of this year. It's truly a team effort. There are hundreds of hours of conversation. Sometimes we tell a project no, sometimes we say yes, sometimes we try to pound out details. They're constantly evolving. We have a great team. We have Ray Comperi, our administrator. We have these guys up here, all of us up here supporting this effort. We have Brock, we have a redevelopment attorney, Nick Strasser, Anthony's attorney from Lock Lord, Greg Casamento, finance, every code enforcement, engineering. You know, it's amazing when somebody comes in here to develop something, we put the people in the room with them. They come in, they have the engineer there. They may have the inspector there if they need the inspector. The planner may be there. One of us is there, at least, sometimes two. Brock's there, Ray's there. It's truly an amazing process to watch. I kind of wish we could invite members of the public, but we can't because it's a negotiation from the very start. But it's great to see this stuff coming together. It's been 2 years to make this stuff work, and it's been a lot of hard work. So You know, I talked to Mr. Abbott. You saw the building basically falling down on High Street, right? So he fenced it off. I had a conversation with him, like, what are you doing? He said, I'm fixing it. I believe in it. I see stuff happening. I believe in High Street. I believe in Millville. And I asked him if I could say that, and he said yes. You see, stuff's starting to happen now. So now with the return of the UEZ money, you see $1 million in the revolving loan fund for a big project such as like Wheaton, the demolition and rebuilding of that. $1 million is a drop in the bucket there. And the city could never afford to tear that down and never afford to rebuild it on our own without developers. Sure, they're out to make money. That's what makes the whole system work. It's a capitalistic system. People want to make money. That is the motivation. That's what makes the whole system of free enterprise work. So with that, I hope the public sees what we're doing. Hope they understand what we're doing. You guys welcome. I'm glad to have you as a part of it. And with that, progress.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor.
These guys can come anytime. They clap at everything. It's great. I love it. I think it's all about, it's team. It's a team, and not just the commissioners, but as Vice Mayor said, we're all working together. It's countless hours during the day and evening that we're meeting and we're talking, and things are coming across our desks, and everybody has to look at it, and from, as you said, engineering, planning, everybody. So it is. I appreciate everybody's effort. I appreciate the businesses that are, taking. I don't want to say risk, but it's a risk in a business. And coming and investing your time, your money, your team, and your family into the community of Millville and into the Cumberland County. And it's going to be a process. It's not going to happen overnight. Everything that negatively happens doesn't happen overnight, and that change to making it a positive change and influencing, positive growth in the future doesn't happen overnight. So it takes some time, and having the team and the motivation and the support on all ends is important. So I thank Anthony, your team, everybody that else is coming into Millville. I thank them. Rick Abbott, he's like he says, he sees things happening. He just invested, I don't know how much money, but he had to invest in that building that he owns to put a beautiful new facade on it, and that's important. That shows that he's ready to whether he opens a new door or somebody buys that and is putting a new business in there. So just thank you to everybody that is taking the risk and coming to Millville to invest in our city, our community, and our future. And that doesn't mean just us here today, but our youth. And I always say the youth is the future, and that's where we need to invest. I want to I want to congratulate the Millville High School Marching Band and Color Guard on their historic year. I like to just shout them out all the time because I was a band geek in high school, and these kids put so much time, effort, and they have so much talent. And I don't think they get enough recognition. We're always talking about football and sports, but these kids are out in the cold, they're out in the heat, and they just put so much commitment into what they do, and they love it, and they're so good at it. They were the Group 4A Region 1 champions with a school record of 92.1. That's huge for them. I got that text message. It was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. They were then Group 4A TOB state champions with another 92.2 score, and also best pit crew. I tell you, the parents that volunteer for our pit crew are absolutely amazing. I'm not going to shout out last names, but they are at every football game, every competition, every single event. They take their personal vehicles to and from every single event. They're not getting reimbursed for gas. They're not getting reimbursed for time. I know a couple of the fathers that are on there are COs, and they've got long shifts. They don't go to sleep. They get up and they help their kids, and they're committed to this organization. So kudos to all of them. As their competition season has ended, you can still get to see the band. They are still performing their show. So you can see them this Friday night at the football game. I believe it's another championship game. We are crushing it still. Every time I drive by the scoreboard, it's like 35-0, 47-0. It's amazing. The team is absolutely amazing. If you don't see it at the football game, they are going to be performing at the home Turkey Day game. We are in Millville this year, so please come out to the brand new gorgeous field. Check it out. And if you missed the Thanksgiving game and the football game, we are going to be performing at the Millville and Violin Christmas Parade, marching down High Street, playing their Christmas music. So kudos to Rob DeSantis. He was my band director. That's kind of weird to say that now my daughter's with him. It's kind of weird. But he is so dedicated to marching band and what he does for the fine and performing arts. He's really grown an amazing organization, so I can't give him enough kudos and shout out to him and his team. Lastly, as Commissioner Romanek said, that this weekend is Veterans Day. I taught my daughter this week. We were standing in the store, standing to get her her flu shot. And there was a gentleman standing in uniform just walking around Target. And I looked at her and I said, anytime you see somebody in uniform, you don't know what they've been through. Whether maybe they're a recruiter and they've never seen a day of war, but I'm gonna tell you, going through boot camps enough. But always make sure you thank somebody in uniform. You never know what they've seen. Never know what they're going through. Anytime I see an older gentleman wearing the veteran's cap of the U.S. Army Air, my grandfather was a part of that, always thank them. It's for those people who stood up and said yes and fought for our freedom and our country. It's important to thank them for what they've done. And I don't think just one day should be enough to acknowledge them. So when you see a veteran this weekend or the rest of this week, be sure to thank them and appreciate, show your appreciation for what they've done for you, your family, and our futures. So my thanks to every single veteran and those who continue to sign up and fight for our freedom and our country. Again, thank you for all of you here this evening, everybody who is watching, everybody who is supportive of Millville and Cumberland County, thank you. We believe in our future here, and I know everybody else does. That's why you're here. So thank you for continuing your support and your belief in us. I hope you guys all have a great evening. God bless, and we'll see you in a few weeks, or next 2 weeks. I just need a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second.
All in